Have Gulf Access Canal home buyers vanished from Cape Coral? Why are these waterfront homes, once snapped up in days, now sitting on the market for weeks, even months? Did the snowbird season flop harder than anyone expected? In this video, we're breaking down exactly what's happening and what it means for you, and how you can turn this shifting market into your biggest opportunity yet. With over 400 miles of navigable canals, more and more boaters are discovering the amazing opportunities Cape Coral offers. This waterfront wonderland truly is a boater's paradise. But with inventory so high and homes sitting on the market for what seems like an eternity, is this really an area you should be considering? What happens next could impact you more than you think. Welcome to the April 2025 Cape Coral Gulf Access Market Update. I'm Barry Cessna, your waterfront real estate expert, here to help you cut through the noise and stay ahead of the trends that actually matter. Thinking about buying, selling, relocating, or investing in a Gulf Access home here in Cape Coral? You're not alone. Many have already taken advantage of a quick consultation, and now they're living the Cape Coral dream. Let's navigate this plan together. Click the link in the description, call or text to schedule your free video consultation today. Your dream home in paradise could be closer than you think. Let's dive into the numbers and see exactly what they mean.
Welcome to the Cape Coral Market Update for April 2025. This is your Gulf Access Canal Home Market Update. We're going to dive deep into this market. As many of you know, Cape Coral is known for its Gulf Access canals. We want to dig deep into these numbers. We currently have almost 1,000 homes on the market ready for purchase that have canals in their backyard where you can park your boat and navigate out to open water. So we're going to dive deep into that. I also want to make you aware that we're going to compare the three quadrants that have Gulf Access canals. We're going to compare the Northwest quadrant, Southwest, and Southeast. We're going to look at median price point, how many days are on the market. We're also going to look at the months of inventory available and how many closed sales we've actually been seeing in those certain areas, so you can get an idea of the demand in those areas as well. First up, we want to look at market indicators. In order to know exactly what the numbers are telling us, we have to know what the numbers mean. First up is inventory. How many homes are currently available on the market for sale? Median price point. What are the prices actually, are the homes actually selling for? 50% of the homes sold above this amount, 50% of the homes sold below this amount. Next up is days on the market. How many days are homes sitting on the market before going under contract? And then closed sales. How many homes are actually selling here in the city of Cape Coral? So we're going to dive into that and find out exactly what our demand is looking like and where we expect it to go over the next few months. Active inventory. So first up is active inventory. Currently in Cape Coral, we have 947 Gulf Access Canal homes available on the market for purchase. These are active listings ready to go. So a lot of inventory right now, a lot of options to choose from. December 2024, just a few months ago, we had 748 available. And then March 2024, 731 homes available. And you might ask me, Barry, why did the number jump almost 200 listings just in the last few months? The reason that happens is because right around the first part of the year, January, February, we see a lot of listings come to the market in anticipation for our snowbird season. We're very busy here in Southwest Florida from January through May, and that's because people in the north get real tired of the very frigid winters, the cold weather up there, the gray skies, and they want to come down and visit, or they come down and spend some of them will spend 3 or 4 months down here. And that's when they come down and they say, why am I renting? I need to buy a house. And so we see the most amount of sellers down here this time of year. So what does that mean? We see the most amount of buyers down here this time of year, but we also see the most amount of sellers because sellers know that they need to sell their home when the buyers are here, because that's when there's the most competition. However, with so much inventory, it's a really interesting market right now. As you can see, last year where we were at, we went through season, we bulked up on the inventory, and then as we went into the summer months, we started to trickle down just a bit, and then we started jumping quite a bit once we hit January, February, and March. Next up, median price point. So this means that 50% of the homes sold above this amount, 50% sold below this amount. March 2025, $750,000 was the median price point for a Gulf Access Canal home here in the city of Cape Coral. December 2024, it was $805,000. So as you can see, that was quite a big drop. However, we didn't sell as much inventory in December of 2024, so therefore that number might be skewed a bit. March 2024, $777,500. That was 1 year ago. So year over year, we haven't seen the price drop a whole lot. It has dropped some, but not a whole lot. And as you can see in the chart down here, April it went up a bit, May, and then it came down to the summer months and into the fall. That's typically when we see it drop the most. We don't see as much inventory that time of the year, but we don't have as many buyers here as well. and then we start to see it jump up. Now, oftentimes in December, we will see that number go up just because there's not as many sales. Those are people that went under contract in the fall, right at the end, and if we have a really high-priced home or a few high-priced homes, that will really drive up the median. Days on the market. How many days are homes sitting on the market before going under contract? March 2025, it's actually 65 days. December 2024, 47 days. March 2024, 54 days. So one of the things we have to keep into account is a lot of people want to put their homes on the market right around January, into December, into January. And so those homes that have not sold yet have been sitting on the market, and that will drive that number up a bit because there is so much inventory. We didn't see as much demand in January and February this year as we have in years past. So that was a bit of a concern. We're going to look at how March fared here in just a moment to see if that demand returned in March or if we still had issues and where we expect to go in the future. As you can see here, median days on the market, it fluctuates quite a bit. And so the January we actually fell because we didn't have as many new homes on the market then, or that's when the new homes just came on the market, and then it really started increasing quite a bit. I don't believe we're going to go much higher than that. We might hit 70 next month, but we are starting to see some of that inventory clear out. But we're going to monitor that as well. Closed sales. How many closed sales do we have in March 2025? So we had 95 Gulf Access Canal home sales in the city of Cape Coral in March 2025. In December 2024, we had 50. So 3 months ago in December, we only had 50 sales for the month. And then March 2024, we had 98 sales. So year over year, we're actually back to where we need to be. We're very similar to where we were last year and the year prior. I like the looks of that. And next month, we're going to monitor that. Hopefully that continues to stay aligned with where we were year over year last year, because that tells us that we're in a good market. It's not a great market by any means. It's not where we're selling tons of houses down here, but it's a healthier market than it was the first 2 months of this year. If you look over here, you see January, February, very few houses sold for these Gulf Access Canal homes, and it was a bit concerning. But now we're right on par with where we were last year. And I do expect over the next 2 months for us to keep climbing well over 100 homes selling on these Gulf Access Canals, which will help drive down some of that inventory since it has increased so much. Other key numbers to be aware of: sold price per square foot, $394 a square foot for a Gulf Access Canal home here in the city of Cape Coral. List price received. This is the amount of discounts that sellers are willing to give off the last list price of the home. It's sitting at 94.4%. It's almost a 6% discount off the list price. Sellers have been a little more aggressive in letting homes go, so buyers have been getting extra special opportunities right now. As we move into the next couple of months, we may see that increase just a bit as sellers are concerned about their home sitting on the market going into summer, as that's where it becomes a bit more challenging to sell the home. These next 2 months, when we still have the snowbirds here, is really prime opportunity to sell the homes. So sellers want to take advantage of that, and buyers want to get the best opportunity. So they're going around and looking at different homes to where they can actually offer lower prices and get the best deals. Listings, new listings. We got 175 new listings come to the market here in the city, or in the month of March. That's down quite a bit from where we were in the month of January. We saw almost 300 new listings come to the market for the Gulf Access Canal homes. Months of inventory. Currently we have 10 months of inventory. That means if we didn't have another new listing come to the market with our current demand, we would have 10 months to completely sell out our inventory. That means it's very much a buyer's market. Anywhere between 4 and 6 months is a neutral market. Anything over 6 months is considered a buyer's market. Below 4 months is a seller's market. We are well within our buyer's market. And one of the things I wanted to point out is back in January, we were actually at 22 because our demand was so low in January compared to how much inventory was going on the market and how much we had available. So we're at 10 months now. I expect that to drop even lower next month. But right now, 10 months, probably heading to 7 months next, 7 to 8 months next month. We'll take a look at that as well once we get there. So let's compare the 3 quadrants: Southeast, Southwest, and Northwest. How do these areas compare? So Southeast, median price, $600,000. Median price in Southwest, $912,500. And in the Northwest, $1.23 million. Those are some big differences. So let's talk about this a little bit. Now in the Southeast quadrant, This is in Cape Coral where we have it's the oldest area. So this is the area that was built out first in Cape Coral. So we see a lot of older homes in this area sitting at lower elevations. So, and some of them just aren't great. They need a lot of work. So investors are coming in and they're buying up a lot of these homes. Also, people looking for a deal. They want to have a Gulf Access Canal home, but their budget doesn't budget for $1 million. So they're looking for these great opportunities in Southeast where they're coming in and getting great homes where they're able to go in then and eventually fix them up to their standards. But they're taking advantage of this market. So homes sold, we had 41 homes sold in the Southeast quadrant in the month of March. Homes available, we currently have 372 homes available. Months of inventory, 9.1 months of inventory. So if not another new home came to the market, it would take us 9.1 months to completely sell all those Gulf Access homes with the demand that we have of 41 sold homes. Looking at medium price point in Southwest Cape Coral. So what is it? $912,500. Now Southwest Cape Coral was built up in the late 90s, early 2000s. That's when a lot of that area saw a lot of homes. There are a lot of larger homes in this area, really bumping up that price point. It's a desirable area, really nice landscaping. You've got Cape Harbor, Tarpon Point, the Surfside neighborhood, a lot of great areas there, Pelican neighborhood, prime location that people love those areas. However, in the southern part of Southwest Cape Coral, you do have issues of flood zones, things like that. So that does, people that are concerned about that want to stay away from below Cape Coral Parkway. If that's not a concern of yours, then don't worry about it. You can always buy that flood insurance, and that'll take care of any concern and ease that anxiety. Sold homes, 45. Homes available, 408. Months of inventory, 9.1. So months of inventory right around Southeast Cape Coral, but we do have more homes available there, and we did sell a couple more homes there as well. Beautiful location, Southwest Cape Coral. If you're looking for just a really nice suburban area, it's not too far from the downtown area, which sits in Southeast Cape Coral. But there are plenty of canals that'll get you out to the Gulf in no time in the Southwest. Another thing to point out is the Chiquita Lock over there on the Norse Spreader. They recently closed down the canal system going out. So people living in this area, a large chunk of this area, are not able to get their boats out to open water. They're expecting that to be June. But once they're completed with taking out the lock, it's really going to make it much nicer for the folks that live over there because they don't have to concern themselves with ever going through that lock again and wasting time, especially when they're coming back from a long day out boating. They don't want to mess around with that. They're going to be able to swing right into their homes there on the western side of Cape Coral, there along the Surfside neighborhood. Next up, we have Northwest Cape Coral. Now, this is the newest area of Cape Coral. These are all west of Burnt Store Road. Median price point, $1.23 million. Homes sold, we only sold 9 in that area. Homes available, 169. And then months of inventory sitting at 18.8. Now, up here in this area, and why the prices are so high is because we're seeing a lot of new homes being built here. Lots and lots of new homes are going in very desirable areas. So they are commanding a much higher price point. Oftentimes they're much bigger than, say, the southeast part of Cape Coral. But there's a lot of opportunity there as well. Now, I've been watching this market in this area, and what we're seeing is a lot of these homes are sitting on the market for quite some time, and builders are getting more and more anxious. They were priced overly high over the last few months, trying to capitalize and make the biggest margins that they could. Unfortunately for the builders, those homes aren't selling as quickly as they were hoping. For the buyers, though, right now they're able to take advantage of those opportunities because many of the builders know that if they let those houses sit through the summer, they may be sitting quite a bit longer. So they want to take advantage. They want to find out, they want to make sure that they make a profit on those builds, but they also are willing to cut that profit in order to get those homes sold. So some good opportunities there in the Northwest Cape Coral area as well to negotiate the best prices. Other key numbers to be aware of: inflation. Inflation peaked at 9.1% back in June 2022. We're now sitting at 2.8%. November 2023, we had interest rates over 8%. We're now sitting right around, it's actually 6.7. Our target is 6.5 or below 6. That's when I think we'll really loosen up the market. However, people are becoming more and more comfortable with the 6% to 7% interest rate, understanding that it's been here for the last 2.5 years, and it's probably not going to go down much more than that for the foreseeable future. We are keeping an eye on the tariffs that Trump has just implemented, as that could potentially drive down interest rates, which would then possibly bring more buyers into the market, which will then in turn put property values higher. So really a lot of stuff happening right now. It's by the minute, touch and go. So we're paying attention to that to see what happens as far as property values and how interest rates affect those property values. Unemployment is at 4.1%, and it's been there for the last couple of years, right around the 4% mark. I think we're still going to stay there for the next several years, or at least the next several months, depending on what happens. A lot of people were concerned about the federal workers being laid off or let go and that affecting that number. However, even though it's a large number, say like 200,000 people, it still is kind of a small number in the big picture of things, and it's not going to affect that very much at all. Up next, we have supply. Current inventory is 3,469 homes in the city of Cape Coral. Now, this is all single-family homes. This is Gulf Access homes, freshwater homes, as well as dry lot homes. We have 3,469 single-family homes available here in the city of Cape Coral. That's a 21.5% increase over what we had last year. So our inventory does continue to rise. Will we continue to rise much higher than that? We did last month. We were over 3,500, so we have dropped quite a bit from there. And I think we're going to see that drop some more over the next few months as fewer new homes are coming to the market and more buyers are here in the area. However, as we get into the summer months and fall, that number will continue to drop even further. What's going to happen next January and February? I don't know, depending on how the economy works and interest rates. There's all kinds of variables, but we'll revisit that here in a few months and see where that's going. But right now, what that means for you is you have a lot of opportunity to find the perfect home for you here in the city of Cape Coral and then negotiate the best price for you. Right now, demand. So what is the demand like here in Cape Coral? Population is currently estimated around 240,000 people living here in the city of Cape Coral. Next 5 years, we're expected to go over 250,000 people. And by 2050, we're going to be at 320,000 people here in the city of Cape Coral. So we are one of the fastest growing cities here in the United States, and we continue to go. I don't know if you're aware of this, but D.R. Horton just bought some land in Northwest Cape Coral, a huge piece of land. And over the next 4 or 5 years, they're planning to build 3,500 homes there. The demand is real. There's people moving to Cape Coral, and prices are going to keep rising. One of the key factors to understand in the southern part of Cape Coral, there's such limited space for building new homes that property values will continue to rise there because there's limited space. What people are doing now in the southeastern part of Cape Coral, down by the yacht club area, is they're actually buying up the lots on the river and on the canals, these older homes that were built back in the 60s and the 70s. They're going in and buying the lots basically just for the value of the lot because there aren't empty lots in that area, and they're tearing down those homes and then they're building beautiful new homes there. There's a handful of spec builders doing this as well. So if you're interested in a brand new home in prime location, we've got some amazing homes available. Now they do typically start $2 million and go up from there, but we have some beautiful, incredible homes. Basically, this is what's turning Cape Coral into a semi-luxury market as these new homes are being built, several $1 million. But the key is this: you might pay $2 million for a home here in Cape Coral that's absolutely beautiful, but if you bought that same home, say in Naples or in Fort Lauderdale, you'd probably be paying closer to $6 million. So a lot of opportunity here, a lot of value. You still have that sunshine all year round, and Cape Coral is constantly inventing itself, so some good opportunities there. Demand is here for real, and we're seeing people move here every single day. So is now the time to buy? Is this your time to get your Cape Coral Gulf Access Canal home, your paradise here in Southwest Florida? Absolutely. Right now, and this is really strong, I think, on the yes side, is there's so many options right now. If you've been waiting, right now is your key time to come in and get the home that you're dreaming of. Because not only, you can wait for the market and maybe it will go down another 2 or 3% over the next year. It may do that, but right now you have so many options to choose from that you can go in and negotiate with these sellers, and you may get 5% off, 6% off, 7% off the list price, which is a better discount than if you waited till next year. And if interest rates go down, then that's the wild card. Then prices will start going back up and you may have missed your opportunity. So right now, a lot of options. It is a buyer's market, over 10 months of inventory here in Cape Coral for these Gulf Access Canal homes. It's the end of season. As we move into the end of season, into April, May, the sellers start to get a little more anxious if they haven't sold their homes. So prices are being reduced as well as the ability to negotiate or possibly have them pay for your closing cost, or even to buy down some points so you can get a lower interest rate, which makes your payment lower as well. And sellers are willing to negotiate. As we move closer to the summertime, sellers are definitely negotiating. Is now the time to sell? You got to ask yourself, why do you want to sell right now? Now, oftentimes there's people that have a really valid reason to sell. Maybe they need to move out of state for work, or maybe they're helping some family members that are selling, or maybe moving back north again. So there's very valid reasons to sell right now. But you have to understand the market. Right now we have a ton of inventory here in Cape Coral. So if you are selling, you have to understand and set your expectations correctly. If you're going to try to get those prices, what your home was worth back in the first part of 2022 or 2021, those prices aren't here anymore. We've seen them drop about 15% since then, so they have to be priced accordingly. It is a second home market right now. Our second home buyers are here looking for properties, and they're looking for lots of Gulf Access Canal homes, anywhere from the 800,000, 600,000. If it needs some work, investors are looking at those ones, but then our snowbirds are looking for the $1 million homes, some things in those areas there and up from there. We do have less buyers here right now. Over the first couple of months, we didn't see as many buyers here in Cape Coral, which means less competition for you. We didn't see as many buyers, which means more of a challenge for the sellers. The sellers need to have lots of demand. However, that demand is increasing. As we saw in March, we saw those numbers jump up quite a bit, so the buyers did come into the market. We're really keeping an eye on the tariffs and how that's going to affect things as well. But that may lower interest rates. And if that lowers interest rates, that's going to be a great place for our sellers to be. And then strategic selling. You really have to have a great agent that's working with you in order to sell your house, that understands the market, how to market that home correctly through social media, through brokerages. With eXp Realty, we have over 92,000 agents now that we can market that house to get your home sold faster. With us, I do a lot of marketing in the north because I know that most of our buyers are coming down from the north, from Chicago, New York, Boston, Rochester, New York, all over the place. They're coming down from there. I've even got clients from Denver, Colorado, Los Angeles. So we have buyers coming down from the north and from out west that are searching for this beautiful paradise here in Southwest Florida. So we got to make sure that we market to them so they know that your home is the one available. And then of course we do absolutely amazing photos and things of that nature as well. And then we promote all your properties through our YouTube channel. And that concludes the Gulf Access Canal Home Market Update for the City of Cape Coral. I hope you found this information useful. If you did, go hit that like button. I'd love to chat with you. So if you are thinking about buying, selling, relocating to the area, or investing, go ahead and reach out to me. You can click the link to schedule a complimentary Zoom call with me. We can chat about your goals and dreams and figure out how we can make that happen for you. Even if you're not thinking about doing it for a year or so, it definitely works to get the ball rolling so you understand exactly what you need to be looking for and setting your expectations correctly. And if you're looking to buy right now, there's some great opportunities. So reach out to me. I'll be sure to get you the best opportunities, the most popular homes, and the just listed homes so we can get that list over to you as well. Have a great day. Looking forward to helping you live your life here in Cape Coral, making realty dreams a reality in the beautiful city of Cape Coral.